Leicester City braced themselves for Manchester United and relegation to round off 6 years in the Premiership and an eventful week that had seen some changes at the top and a new name, the Walker's Dome, for their new home down the road. On the inside, they had to believe. Outside...
Are you staying up?
We were.
There was a trophy for the outgoing boss to mark 1,000 games in management for Dave Bassett, but in 24 at Leicester, he'd won only 3.
It's up to our players to go out and perform at a good level and try and beat Manchester United. On paper, not many people have been giving us a chance, but we want the fans behind them. And I've got to say, the fans have been outstanding in my time here. They've been very supportive. They've been behind the team. Unfortunately, the team haven't lived up to quite being as good as the fans.
Only a win would keep Leicester up. Only victory would maintain United's realistic chances of a 4th title running.
It's swept on by Dickoff to Matthew Piper. Young man who's been making real progress for Leicester City, as he's doing here. Good cross in. Oh, Laurent brought the mistake. It's Dean! And a super save then by Carroll to deny him a goal. Carroll deputising for Fabian Barthez. It's a really positive play there by Piper. And Blanc was bailed out by his goalkeeper. Up goes Dean. Dickoff tangling with Neville. Well, a save then by Carroll, but certainly a suspicion of handball by Gary Neville. Maybe then by Silvestre as well. But the big shout was for the first offence. Dickoff, who is a real handful, as he underlined here, it did roll off the arm of Neville, no question. Dickoff had the strength to brush him aside anyway. Some adjustments are needed. United haven't really imposed themselves yet. In goes Scholes. Away to his left here is Solskjær. Good early ball. Hit for Forlan. Well, the ankle was difficult, and Diego Forlan, the young Uruguayan, is still waiting his first United goal. Forlan. With some nifty footwork too. Look at his pace here, Forlan. Find it at Solskjær. Here's Scholes now with a shooting opportunity. And at last, United showing some real purpose, some real menace. Leicester's 6-year stint in the Premiership about to end, it would seem. But they intend to go down fighting. Here's Round. Oh, Dickoff! What a golden chance there for Paul Dickoff. Very static defending by United, isn't it, Dickoff? And that, Leicester fans will tell you, sums up their season. Well, the pressure's off in many ways. Relegation inevitable. Savage with the corner. Punched away by Carroll under some pressure then by Dean. And then Marshall going to ground as he clashed with Gary Neville. And on this evidence, Neville was very lucky to get away with that. Nicky Butt. Now Scholes. Never afraid to have a shot at goal, and it was pretty close there. Scholes, who of course will miss Manchester United's game with Deportivo La Coruña at Old Trafford, and how they're going to miss him. Up goes Dean, now Dickoff. Silvestre stepping in, but getting called out. It's Dean in the middle! They cannot complain, Leicester, that they haven't had the opportunities. And Brian Dean will be cursing himself here that he hasn't claimed his first home goal in a Leicester jersey from Marshall's cross. Phil Neville's long throw in. Here's Solskjær, yes! The first touch was really good, and the second absolutely devastating. Ole Gunnar Solskjær scores for the 22nd time this season. United haven't played that well, but they have the lead. Dean. Only one win in their last 18 in the Premiership, Leicester, and in trouble again. But here's young Piper. And it's not all gloom and doom when you can bring youngsters of his quality through. Well, that's a clever spin by Solskjær. Now Van Nistelrooy. Changing feet so quickly and going very close too. Wonderful technique. As his speed of thought left defenders flat-footed.
So for Leicester, the drop that most had been resigned to for weeks. But for Sir Alex, a place back at the top for now.
I could call it a championship result.
I think all the times over the years we've always had one game away from home where we scrapped a 1-0, lively surface, windy, sunny, all the hallmarks of a shock, but the players dug in really well, and maybe that's the turning point this season. You never know.
The biggest reason is Martin Neal's departure. You know, when he went, you know, whoever followed him was going to have a very difficult job, just like whoever follows Sir Alex Ferguson will have a difficult job.
I mean, there certainly needs some changes. I mean, what will depend is what players move on. I mean, some players will obviously want to play in the Premier League, and subject to clubs thinking they're good enough, they will probably move on.
I'm prepared to stay and give it a go, and I feel that with the squad we've got, you know, we should be able to come back up. But financial reasons may mean that, you know, some of us leave, and as I say, it won't be my choice.
We'll be back. Bring on the Forest.